starting the way down. We're going down more than 1 kilometer. In around half an hour we will be in the area of the beach. So friends, you are arriving to one of the most unique places in all over the world. There are no places like the Dead Sea. First of all, it's the deepest point that people can walk on it and breathe there. And second thing, it's the richest nature reserve in all over our world, and it contains a lot of minerals and chemicals that are unique only to the Dead Sea. And probably there are minerals or chemicals that we use in daily, and the Dead Sea is the only source of them today. So the Dead Sea, it's a very ancient place. It was created before hundreds and thousands years ago. And actually on the Dead Sea, it's a meeting point of two tectonic boards. We got the Syrian board that we are on it, the states of Israel. And on the other side of the Dead Sea, it's a different board. It's the African board, and over there sitting the Jordan kingdom. And before hundreds and thousands years ago, those boards start to move. But during the time that they were moving, also the Syrian board started to slide to the side. And when they finished to move, they created a beautiful valley that along is 400 kilometers. And all of these valleys sitting under the sea level. On the south side, it was the Dead Sea that is long in its good days. It used to be 110 kilometers. And it used to sit on a balance line of minus 401. Why we are saying a balance line? Because those are water, and as you probably learned today, that they didn't say all the time on the same level. Sometimes it's a little bit much more higher, sometimes it's a little bit much more lower. So the balance line used to be minus 401. On the edge of the north side of this valley, sitting in minus 220, there is a small water source, something in around like 20 kilometers. This is long, sweet waters. But it's very famous in all over the world, and you probably know it on the name of the Sea of Galilee. So the Sea of Galilee sitting on the edge of the Valley of the Dead Sea. And during the years, a lot of unique things start to develop on the Dead Sea. First of all, it's the water of the Dead Sea. The water of the Dead Sea there contains 34 times much more minerals and chemicals from any other known water in the world. For example, the percent of the minerals and the chemicals, including the salt, inside of the Mediterranean Sea, it's only 3.5%. The Dead Sea contains more than 70% minerals and chemicals, and the salt it's in around 35%, but salt it's a mineral that you can break into other ingredients. And also they discover the qualities of the mud of the Dead Sea. Today we're using the mud of the Dead Sea for the cosmetic industry, but the good qualities of the mud of the Dead Sea that were known for thousands of years ago. There are even evidence that even the ancient queen of the Egyptians, the symbol of beauty until today, Queen Cleopatra, used to bring her mud from the Dead Sea, and she used to put it all over her body and face and call it a beauty mask. Now we're going to the Dead Sea beach, and after the safety instructions for the water, I will explain to you how you can take the mud and use it on yourself. So today we're using the mud of the Dead Sea for a few things. First of all, for the cosmetic industry. Second thing, you can use it by a pure way and to put it on your skin. The mud contains a lot of good minerals and chemicals that they are so good to the human skin. And they're using it also to cure a lot of skin disease like psoriasis, eczema, spot on the skin. The mud contains a lot of natural painkillers. So people that suffering with problem with their knees or their ankles, say if you put it over there, it's making miracles in those areas. So actually our sad story about the Dead Sea started in the beginning of the 60s, because in the beginning of the 60s, both of the government, the Israeli and the Jordanian government, made an agreement with two different companies and give them the rights about the water of the Dead Sea. On the Israeli side, it's a company that called Chemical to Israel, and on the other side of the Dead Sea, it's a company that called Chemical to Jordan. Both of those companies got the same contract. Each company can take every year 50 million liters of water, steam them, and to sell the minerals and the chemicals that they contain. Together it's 100 million liters of water. They got a long time contract, it's 70 years contract, so it will end only in 2030. And the sad things about both of the contract that in the early 60s they didn't thought about all the ecological stuff. So there is nothing in the agreement that say, like today, if you take in a nature reserve, you got something in the agreement that say that you're making damage to this place, you need to pay and to repair and bring it back the same as it took him. The two companies doesn't have this kind of thing in the contract. Today there are plans to start to use the Dead Sea to bring water from another source. They are supposed to cost between $50 to $100 million, and both of the governments say that they don't have this kind of money, and the companies doesn't want to share the payments with the government, so we need to wait until 2030 to start the solution. Also, between the 60s until 1985, they start to stop all the natural source of water that used to arrive to the Dead Sea, that used to fill the Dead Sea, water that used to come from the Sea of Galilee through the Jordan River, all the small rivers that used to be in the area of the Dead Sea, they blocked them with dams, and also water that used to arrive from the rains and the floods. We're actually in the desert, on the area of the Dead Sea. There are not a lot of days of rains, but we have a lot of floods because of the difference of the height. So on the way you will see there are a lot of pools that made to collect those water and to stop them to go inside to the Dead Sea. And because of that, in 1985, the balance was distracted. The Dead Sea started to lose more water from the amount that used to go inside. In the first years it was, in the first 5 years it was like a few centimeters every year, so you could not feel it. And in the beginning of the 90s we actually start to feel it, that the sea level start to go down. So because of the sea level start to go down, a lot of places today are closed and it's not allowed to them, it's not allowed to people to approach to those areas anymore. And in the beginning of the year 2000, two bad things happened on the area of the Dead Sea. First of all, almost 40% from the area of the Dead Sea, from the surface of the sea, got completely dry, and it was on the south side. Over there, the high of the water, it was only between 10 to 12 meters, so all of this area got completely dry. And the two companies got it from the governments and developing to an artificial pools, and today they are moving water to those artificial pools, and over there they are steaming the water and taking the minerals and the chemicals that they need. The second bad thing that happened to us, we start to suffer from a big problem that by the locals they call them sinkholes, but by the scientists they call them melting holes. Why the name is a melting hole? Because that everything that used to be in this hole got melted. Now everything connected to the rock that I show you, and I'm holding in my hand. As I told you, these rockets exist in all over the area of the Dead Sea, under the water, under the ground, and also under the mountains. So just imagine a rock that's made from this material and is buried inside the ground. It doesn't matter what deep is saying, because as long as it's sitting on the sea level, the water that's inside of the ground contains the same minerals and chemicals like it does. But when the sea levels start to go down and the rocks start to become exposed to sweet water that are having from the rains and the floods, they start to melting him to collect the minerals and the chemicals that they contain. It's a procedure that could take years, but one day the rock becomes small or maybe disappeared and there is nothing to support all of the ground that used to be all around it. And the water will continue to come and everything starts to open and break. Those are sinkholes or melting holes. Today there are more than 6,000 of them in all over the area of the Dead Sea in different sizes and shapes. One of the bad things that we got about them, that you cannot come and fill them with cement or dirt and to block them, because on the sides and also on the bottom there contain huge amount from those rocks. So even if you will come and fill them, it doesn't matter. Every time that the sweet water will arrive, they will start to melt the rocks on the sides, so everything will start to extend. Every time that the sea level will go down, the rocks on the bottom will melt, so everything will sink with this. So because of that, we need first of all to repair the surface of the water. The deepest sinkhole, it's more than 10 storage building. It's 31 meters all inside of the ground. The longest one, it's more than 4 kilometers long. All of them staying on the Israeli side. We are so lucky that no one got killed from the sinkholes until today. There are places that they needed to close in the night because of the sinkholes, like the Engedi holiday village that used to be sitting on the beach next to the main road. Before 12 years ago, in the middle of the night, the main road, the longest road in Israel, collapsed in the middle of the night, 10 meters deep because of the sinkhole. And they needed to evacuate this area, and today we are using a bypass. It's not not allowed to approach to those areas anymore. Today there are only 3 access points that are allowed by the government to go inside to the real Dead Sea. Other access point there on the artificial area over there. There are 3 pools that made that people can go and to enjoy from the water of the Dead Sea. But over there it's not the real Dead Sea. When you go to the beach over there, you see that it's so artificial. Sea sand, a lot of trees. This is not the real Dead Sea. On the real Dead Sea, you're walking on the dry mud of the Dead Sea, and you can dig the mud from everywhere that you want. If you're standing on the edge of the water. So today we are missing 37 meters from the high of the Dead Sea. So in the second that you will be inside of those water, you will stand in minus 438. We're missing more than 1 billion liters of water from the Dead Sea, and only 50% from the surface of the Dead Sea still exist. All the rest of the areas, as I told you, they are closed. It's not allowed to approach to them. And we will be on the edge of the north side over there. There are 3 access points that are allowed by the government to go inside. So we are going to the beach of the Dead Sea. A few things that you need to know about this area, and then I will give you explanation about the beach. So, first of all the people that live in the area of the Dead Sea, they are actually farmers. Each one of us got a piece of land that we can grow whatever we like. And as soon as we will go inside to the valley, you will see that actually it's not looking like a desert, because there are a lot of trees that spread in all over the area. Most of us are farmers, and in around 95% of us growing dates for our living. On the area of the Dead Sea, we grow the special kind. It's the biggest one and also the sweetest one that you will find. It's the Majul dates. They are in this size, and 99% of them are going to export, are not staying in Israel. And there are even evidence that they used to grow dates on the area of the Dead Sea, something like 3000 BC. So actually we got knowledge to grow dates more than 5,000 years. Tourists arrive all the time to the Dead Sea, winter or summer, it doesn't matter. This is one of the hottest places in Israel. The average temperature in the middle of the winter, in the cold days, is between 18 to 22 degrees. This is the coldest days on the Dead Sea. Not a lot of rain in those areas, as I told you. One of the best things that there are days that you're arriving from Jerusalem and from Tel Aviv, over there it's rainy and windy, and on the area of the Dead Sea the sun is shining and it's so hot over here. Summertime in July, August, days like today, the average temperature in the Dead Sea is between 45 to 50 degrees. It's one of the hottest places in Israel. Yes, the temperature of the water of the Dead Sea now in this kind of time, it's 34 degrees. It's so hot. I will show you the water cooler that you can fill your bottles and to enjoy from the cold water. And another something that is so beautiful to the Dead Sea, it's the cosmetic industry. It's one of the beautiful things that happen to the Dead Sea. They are not making damage to the Dead Sea. They are supplying a lot of walking places over here. And the main thing that they are not making damage to the Dead Sea, because they are using the mud. We got a lot of mud. The thing that we are missing today, it's the water. So actually, if you buy products that are based on the mud of the Dead Sea, you don't need to worry. You are not making damage to this place. You're actually helping us. So we are on the way to the Dead Sea beach. We're going to Kalia Beach. And in the minute that we will arrive to the beach, until you get a range, I will go to bring the tickets and I will walk with you inside to the beach. On the way, I will walk with you until the lowest bar. And on the way, I want to show you a few things. I want to show you the line of the water as it used to be in 85, 96, 2002, and for 2023, all you need to do is to walk by your own to the edge of the water. On the entrance, they will put a brace on your hand. The meaning of that you are required to use all the facilities that on the beach, the tables, the umbrellas, the chairs. Something really important over there, there is a shuttle over there. I will show you the shuttle that you can use it. There is one station next to the top bar, next to the dressing rooms over there. The other one is next to behind the lifeguard tower, 5 meters from the edge of the water. So if someone it's getting hard to go down, because I will walk with you until the lowest bar, we actually walk on the side of the mountain. So if someone wants to use the shuttle to go down or up, I will show you the shuttle bus station. How can you order them? They are free for you, so feel free to use it, especially when you're coming back from the water. We are supposed to leave the beach in around 4 o'clock. In around 4 o'clock, it will be in around between 45, 47 degrees. It will be so hot. I'm asking you, please don't walk to the top. Take the shuttle. Don't hike today. It's so hot. You don't need to hike. Take the shuttle. I will show you the shuttle bus station and the way that you can use them. It's very important to me. And I will show you the water coolers that you can fill your bottles with cold water and to drink a lot. This is one of the most important things. Also, I will show you on the way the dressing rooms, showers, everything that you need to know. On the lowest bar there is a good restaurant that's selling local food like falafel, schnitzel, salad, stuff like this. The prices are similar to Jerusalem. You can sit over there and to enjoy from a good lunch. On the entrance to the beach there are 2 stores that selling cosmetic products that based on the man of the Dead Sea. One of them it's a factory shop, the other one it's an outlet shop. I will give you a discount coupon of 5% that you can use them on those stores. But both of them got similar prices, but on the factory shop, if you argue with them a little bit, they will give you much more good price. Guys, I'm telling you all the secrets about this place, but if you will say that I told you that you can argue with them, I will deny it. But I can say to you that you can argue with them about the price and they will give you the discount and everything. After you finish to argue with them, show them the coupon and you will get much more discount probably, or they will give you a present. One of the things you will get over there. And especially on this beach, someone from the staff asking you something, just say that you arrive with me with Samuel or with Aireen Tours. I'm like one of the owners in this place. Everybody knows me and I know everyone, and believe me, the second that they will know that you arrive with me, everyone will treat you like you are VIPs. And we already go inside to the Dead Sea Valley. If you can see over there on the left side, this is the old city from the Bible, Jericho. On the right side, this is the Dead Sea. And as you can see, a lot of green, a lot of date trees in all over the area of the Dead Sea. Something really important, it's the towels. There are towels on each seat behind you. Take them, use them. I brought them to you that you can use them on the Dead Sea. Even if you bought your own towels, they're probably white, they are white. Don't use them, use our towels. It will be much more comfortable to you. But on the end, you need to bring them back to me, please. Those towels belong to the hostel. On the beach you will see a lot of places to drop wet towels over there. Over there people are leaving towels that are rented from the beach. The towels that I'm giving you, you need to bring them back to me. If you think that one it's not enough for you, there are a few more from above here that you can use them, take them, it's not a problem. I will show you places that I will be, that if you forget something, need something, everything, I'm here for you, not for me. I'm 24/7 on the Dead Sea. So I'm here for you. This is the main thing. Everything that you need, just come and ask me and I will try to arrange for you. That's it. Let's arrive to the beach. In the entrance to the beach I will give you the safety instruction. I will do it quick. That way you will be able to enjoy from all of the goods of the Dead Sea. So the tallest mountain that we see now right in front of us, this is the Jordan Kingdom. And on the mountains, on the left side of us, over there sitting Amman, the capital of the Jordanians. Can you see Jordan? No, you will not. It's hard to see. The Jordan River, it's almost not exist today. Because in the good days of the Dead Sea, they used to send water that, you know, when the Sea of Galilee used to go up a little bit higher from the level that they say to him, they needed to empty it a little bit, so they used to send water from the Jordan River. But they built a dam on the Sea of Galilee, and the Jordan River is so full with dams that every time that one of the water even passes one of the dam, after 100 meters, 200 meters, there is one dam that's blocking them to go inside. This is one of the bad things about this area. So now we are arriving to an area that contains a huge amount of pools that made to collect water from the rains and the floods and to stop them to go inside the Dead Sea. Soon you will see the biggest one. She is half empty now. She was full before 2 months ago. She contains 15 million liters of water. The second, this is the pool over here. And on the left side of the junction, there are 7 pools that each one contain between 5 to 10 million liters of water. So in a good winter in this area, when all the pools are completely full, we are stopping between 70 to 80 million liters of water only in this area. And on the way, there are a lot of pools that collect those water from the Israeli side and also from the Jordanian side. In a second, we start to go. Now, one of the things, as I told you, most of us are farmers and most of us grow dates, but also we grow on the fields a lot of vegetables and fruits. And it starts from the beginning of November until the beginning of March. We grow cucumbers, eggplants, cherry tomatoes, stuff like this. In the beginning of March, we start to grow melons and watermelons, and in the beginning of May, we are cutting all the supply of the water to the fields because it's from above 38 degrees, so hot. The amount of the water that you will need to give to the watermelons, it will be so high, you will not get the money back. So in the 1st of May, we cut in the water. It doesn't matter, the fruits that left on the field that didn't develop will stay and will be rotten on the fields. The second, I want to show you the fields like this. And you can see the dates now, they are on the bags. We are harvesting the dates in the beginning of September. Buy dates that made to go to export, they sell them on the beach. On the top bar I will show you. I want also to give you an explanation about the other side of the Dead Sea, but it will need to wait until we will go out from the beach. The beach is so close, less than 5 minutes, and I want to show you a few things before that. Okay, so now if you look to your right side, you will see a lot of watermelons spread on this field. I see that they start to play the fields now. So one of the things that exists in the area of the Dead Sea, it's salt, and there is only one salt factory on this area. Over here on the edge of the north side, you can see it on the left side. Now you can see the pools are full with water. Over here, they are not taking the water from the Dead Sea to dry them and to take the salt out of them after them. It's happened between 6 to 9 times in a year. It depends on the kind of the winter that we got before that. Here the water are rising from the ground. On the way, they bring with them a huge amount of salt that's staying under the ground, bringing it to the top of the ground, and you can see the salt right next to us. You see that now the pools start to get dry. So when they are getting dry, they come and collect the salt, and they're waiting for the next circuit that could be 1 month or 2 months. Everything depends on the kind of the winter that we got before that. You can see that there is a line of houses over here on the left side. Those used to be summer houses that until 1967 used to belong to Aireen Jordanians. Those houses actually used to sit on the edge of the water of the Dead Sea. There are piers behind them, and those rich Jordanians used to cross with a boat from the other side. Soon I will turn to the beach and I will show you the backside of those houses. Okay, in this area used to be a British Army camp until 1947. From 1948. From 48 to 67, it was a Jordanian army camp. Soon you see the houses of the camp. But look over here on the left side. Those two houses used to sit on the edge of the water. And this is the line of the houses that I'm showing you. You can see that there is a small hotel over there. This one, it was Hilton Dead Sea, the first one in the famous network of Hilton. And you can see the piers that used to be behind those houses. Here used to be the area of the camp. From the year 67 until 1970, it was an Israeli army camp. And from the year 1970 until 1985, it was Kibbutz Galia. Soon I will turn and we will pass between the old houses of the kibbutz. In 1985, they took Kibbutz Galia from the edge of the water and moved it next to the mountains over there, next to an old city that used to belong to the Roman Empire that's called Qumran. All the pictures that you see on the houses, it's a local artist that live in Cali and he was painting on them. If it interested you, you can find it in a much more better shape. It's called Gallery -424 on Google. And now they start to bring new artists that are painting on the houses over there. On the way out, I will show and explain to you. But look over here on the left side. You can see the two-story building with the green. This place until 1985 used to be Hotel Kalia. So in the early days, if you wanted to go to the Dead Sea Beach, all you need to do is to walk from the stairs over there. One second. We'll go inside and I will show you the age of 1985. Okay, friends, over here on the left side, this is the age in 1985. On the entrance to the beach, I will show you there is a picture that they took from above the beach in 1996, in the day that they opened this beach. And on the way down to the lowest part, I will show you the line in 96 and 2002. And as I told you, for 2023, all you need to do is to walk by your own to the edge of the water. So first of all, the place that the bus will park, it will be also our meeting point. We need to leave the beach at 4 o'clock. In around, let's say 3:40, I will come and start the bus and wait for you over here, because the heat that will be inside the bus, it will be so high, and I want you, when you will come back, that you will have an air condition. It's very important. Now it's already 39 degrees. So it will start to rise much more. So please remain on your seat, please.